Good evening, y'all. Welcome to the At the Buzzer podcast. I'm your host, the man, the myth, and the legend. Yes, that's me, King Will.
And I'm Jess, aka JessNet. Let's get it.
And it's a wonderful Thursday. A little rainy, little stormy weather here today. But that's because we're going to bring the storm out here in this podcast today. So today is going to be a more NFL-centric episode. We're going to talk about the NFL playoffs. We're going to give our predictions. We're going to give who we think going to win different awards, NFL awards at the end of the year. We'll dibble and dab a little bit into some baseball and some facts or not at the end. So let's get started. So, of course, we got the NFL playoffs starting Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is the games. The first game is the Seahawks and the 49ers, and then on Saturday. Next will be the Chargers and the Jags. After the Chargers and the Jags, on Sunday, it will be the Dolphins and Bills, Giants and Vikings, Ravens and Bengals, and the special Monday night playoff game will be the Cowboys and Bucks. So, Jess, let's start off with the first game, Seahawks versus 49ers. Who do you think is going to win that game?
Oh, simple. Well, not simple, but I'll say the 49ers. The 49ers because their defense is probably, to me, they're the best defense in the league, number one. I think they're going to shut down, what's his name? Gino. I think they are. Well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not shut him down, but I think they're going to be able to tame him. And
Mm-hmm.
they beat him pretty well in the regular season. So I believe they're gonna take care of business. I suspect maybe a around 32 to 14 type of game.
Okay.
49ers, yeah. And especially since this is his name Purdy. He
Mm-hmm.
don't have no experience. Even though I know Kyle Shanahan is gonna do his thing. He's a great offensive coordinator, but I do think I no, I'm sorry. No, yeah, he is great. Yeah, Purdy's gonna do his thing, excuse me, because they don't that type of system, they
Mm-hmm.
don't need a super great quarterback. Like I think we talked about that before.
Oh, yeah,
As long
very
as
true.
it's a very system type of team. So as on the
Mm-hmm.
offensive side, so I believe they're gonna take care of business and they're gonna take care of and it wait, is Metcalf playing?
Oh, yeah, you talking about McCaffrey?
No, Metcalf on the
Oh, DK
Seahawks.
Metcalf. Yeah, DK Metcalf is playing. As far as I know,
He's
I
playing.
haven't. I had.
I thought
He seems to be playing.
he seems to be playing. Okay, well, nah. McCaffrey and them are going off. I
Mm-hmm.
predict a pretty convincing win. I'll be
I,
shocked if
I mean,
Seahawks
I'm
lose.
gonna agree with you on that one. This one's kind of an easy one. Seahawks had a good story and all that, but this is the 49ers to win. They're gonna definitely win this one. The defense is, I won't say they legendary,
It's
but
top
they're
tier. It's top
they're
tier.
definitely top tier,
Yeah.
and you can clearly tell because they went from Trey Lance to Jimmy G to Brock Purdy,
Mhm.
and things still haven't changed. Brock Purdy, for all you can say, quiet as kept, has actually been balling.
Yeah.
He's played better than Jimmy G in this offense, which is kind of shocking. And you got to give him some credit. I do think majority of the credit goes to Shanahan and his offense because this goes
Always.
to show that you just plug any core. I mean, it's crazy. His father, it was plug any running back in that Denver Broncos zone type run offense, and you was guaranteed 1,000 yards. Now
Hmm.
it seems like the son has figured out an offense that I just plug any quarterback in and they will be successful. So I
Hmm.
expect this to be not very close. 31-14 is what I'm going. I think Gino will steal 14 points. I think the Seahawks can. Nice
Yeah.
story. I hope Gino gets paid.
Yeah. He's
They
definitely gonna
got a
get
nice
paid.
team coming in. Kenneth Walker, rookie from Michigan State, had a good year. They still got DK. They still got Lockett, but they're going to be overmatched against the 49ers, and it's
I
not going to be
agree.
even fair.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with the next one. So the next one will be the Chargers and the Jags, which will
This is
be
a
in
good one.
Jacksonville. This will be a good one, and I'm gonna go first with this one because I'm going with the upset. I
Jack.
say Duval is going to win this game. I'm trying to tell y'all. I think Jacksonville can make it to the AFC Championship. I'm not gonna say they're gonna win it, and I'm gonna probably explain why once I tell you who's my Super Bowl pick. But I can see Jacksonville making it to the AFC Championship. They got a great running game with Travis Etienne, decent receivers. The line has been protecting Trevor Lawrence. Yes, Trevor Lawrence had a bad game that last game, but they still pulled it out. Defense is looking good. And I just don't trust the Chargers. If you know the Chargers' history and all that, they are known for choking. They are known. And, I mean, you had the coach out here playing his starters in the last game, and the game didn't even matter. And they second best receiver Mike Williams gets hurt, and now he's day to day. Chargers don't deserve to win. They really don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
What? Oh,
And eventually, I think what's going to happen is if the Chargers lose this game, Staley's going to be gone, and they're going to get Sean Payton.
I agree that. I agree with that. But
So
chill
what
out.
you think?
Okay, let's take a moment, take a breather. Because this is a totally different team. This is not a Philip Rivers type of thing. This is different coach, even though the coach is like not all that great, but I mean he's okay, but you know, he's not that great. But let's take a breather. But I'm gonna go with the Jaguars too. I just think Trevor Lawrence has superstar all over him. But however, you know how I feel about Herbert. Herbert and Lawrence, their skill sets low key. I still give Trevor Lawrence possibly the edge, but it's not like it's super far. Like let's like boom boom. Like, and I give Trevor Lawrence the edge, but Herbert is legit. And I don't know if you've seen the quarterback rankings. I saw that, and I was wondering if you saw that.
Oh yeah, you talking about Dan Orlovsky's top quarterback in the playoffs?
I don't know if he the one that did the list, but I saw
that had Dak at 12. Had Dak at 12. Yeah, that's Dan Orlovsky. I saw that list.
I don't know. I mean, Dak is buns, but I'm just playing. Sorry, Cowboy fans.
He might be trash, but I would pick him over Daniel Jones. That was disrespect.
Okay, leave my G-men out of it. But let's go with it was Mahomes, then Herbert was 2. Was that the one you saw? Yeah,
I saw that.
And then 3 was Burrow.
Yeah, 3 was Burrow.
Allen, and Brady was 9.
Yeah, Brady was 9, but had Lamar ahead of him.
Yeah, Lamar ahead of him. Yeah, had Lamar. So I would go with.
I think he had Lawrence at 10 or 11.
Yeah, 10 or 11. I think he should see. That's the thing. I don't think Herbert is that much ahead of him.
No.
And so I actually like Trevor Lawrence a little bit better. But as far I'm talking about arm talent and run, well, as far as like athletic ability, they're kind of here. So what I'm trying to say is that's what I mean by they're sort of like the same, not the same. Well, kind of. I'm saying their skill set's kind of the same. But all I'm saying is I'm picking the Jaguars, though. I
can agree with that. They have the same skill set. I think Herbert has a stronger arm than Lawrence.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I won't even say a little bit. Herbert has a pretty good arm. I'll say that. But
it's great.
It is, but Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I've been following Trevor Lawrence since 9th grade. I mean.
He went to Georgia. He's from Georgia. So.
Yeah, he's from Georgia. He won all the championships in the best state to have high school football at in Georgia. You know, won championships with Clemson. But that's Mark Richt. You know, Mark Richt didn't really recruit him. You know, I can admit that. Georgia, Mark Richt famous for recruiting Cam Newton at tight end. So.
Yeah, so I really like them, but I will say this: I think the Jaguars also have the momentum, I think they're ready. This would be great as far as like what's going to come for us, like in like the quarterback position in great hands, which we already knew was in great hands. But like, it's so many great quarterbacks, like as far as the youngins. Yeah, that's why I really wish Brady would just like be like, okay, guys, I want to be with my family, but no, he want to be petty and try and win more. But it's cool. It's cool, Brady. It's cool, Thomas. But no, I'm picking the Jaguars. I would, unless the Chargers finally gonna show up. If the Chargers do, I mean, look, they're supposed to win. So if they win, cool. But I just really feel like the Jaguars will.
Are they supposed to win? Because this is in Jacksonville, so this is a Jacksonville home game. Which I think if it was in LA, I would give LA a better chance, but with it being in Jacksonville, that's why I give Jacksonville the better chance. I think
Jaguars have a better. I guess it's because I think the Chargers have a better, like as far as the names are concerned.
No, they have a better record. They have a better record, and the only reason why the Jaguars got the home games is because the Jaguars won their division, which unfortunately the Chargers did because they're in the same division with Kansas City. Kansas City won their division.
Right. No, that makes sense. But that's what I mean. That's what I meant by I think the Chargers are supposed to win because of, like the way their roster is. Their defense is sort of sus. But so is Jaguars defense. Sometimes it's sus. But it shows up in big games. They show up in big games like against Dallas. Who else they beat that they weren't supposed to beat? They beat someone else that they weren't supposed to beat. But like I really feel like they're going to show up, and I like their coach. I feel like their coach is. You like
Staley, one of the weakest coaches in the NFL. I don't.
No, I said Jaguars.
Okay. You talking about Doug Peterson?
Yeah, he's done
who won
pretty
the Super
well.
Bowl with the Philadelphia. Yeah, he won the Super Bowl with Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia might have got rid of him. I don't know, but then Cerrone got Philadelphia in the number 1 seed, so you never know. But okay, so next game will be the Dolphins and the Bills, which I think is another game that just ain't gonna matter. But go ahead, Justin. Go ahead and tell us why you think the Bills gonna win.
Well, I feel like the Dolphins. I'm just playing. Nah, the Bills about to win, honey. The Bills are going to win. It's just going to be too easy.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If Tua was playing,
the Bills
do you think this was a different game? Okay, so you still say Buffalo would have won.
Okay, the Dolphins will still do their thing, and they will score more maybe, but I still think the Bills are going. I mean, I feel like the Bills will win. Yeah. So I feel like they'll win maybe 24-7, like something like that. I'm not saying they're going to blow them out the park. I think they're going to be chilling. They shouldn't be chilling, but they also have some something to play for. Like I said, I would not be shocked if the Bills win this whole thing. I would not. I really feel like when you have something to play for and you've been through something so traumatic, it really bonds a team more than ever. I've seen it. So I wouldn't be shocked. That's all I'm saying. So, but I do think the Bills are going to win. So the defense, the offense is better. Like, I know Tyreek Hill, he's Tyreek Hill, but he don't have Tua throwing to him. And I just want to give respect to Tua because I didn't think they would even have a decent record. I didn't think they were going to be that like this good, especially in the beginning. I know he had, they were doing well until he got the concussion thing, and then everything. Remember, they were like 4-1 or something. They were doing really well. They were undefeated.
Not only that, this was they started off. It was so crazy. Brian Flores last year started off 1-7, and then finished the year 7-2 and ended at 9-8. This Miami Dolphins started off 7-2, 7-1, excuse me, and then lost like went 1 for 7, lost the last couple of games, and ended up being 9-8. So they ended up having the same record with Mike McDaniel that they had with Brian Flores. And I agree with you. I agree with you in one part. Even if Tua was playing, I don't think the Dolphins would beat the Bills because the Bills is on the team of dynasty tip right now. I honestly think. You know me. I know you said you got chills with the kickoff return. I was kind of looking like, of course he returns the kickoff touchdown.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful to watch.
It was kind of seemed a little bit Hollywood scripted, a little bit.
I had a little tear, my eyes got watery.
But Buffalo's on Team of Dynasty Destiny, tip. That's why I kind of got them going to the Super Bowl. I have them against Jacksonville once we get to our Super Bowl picks in the AFC Championship. Buffalo, I think, is on a roll. Now, I will say it's not guaranteed because first, Josh Allen, I mean, he's played good, but not great. He still makes some of those careless mistakes that he made. Actually, if you watch from that superb, crazy year where he just put it all together and compare the past couple of years, he's actually been trending down. He still kind of makes a little bit of wild mistakes, but he makes wild plays, so it amazes us a lot. And I ain't even going to lie, that last game, he threw 2 beautiful throws with that arm. But I will say this is going to be a Buffalo. I think this is going to be a Buffalo Bills beat them down. I'm going 40-7, 47-7. I think it's going to be that bad because one, Tyreek Hill is hurt. He did injure his ankle. They said he's going to play, but he's injured. Waddle is injured also. So you got 2.
I know about him being injured.
2 limpy receivers. You got Stephen Thompson at quarterback. Who is that? Like, this is going to be a beat them down. I hate that they made it to the playoffs because my Steelers deserve to be in there, but the New York Jets had one job, just one job.
I'm sorry, I told you not to trust them. I told you. And then
I know can't trust nobody from New York. Can't trust nobody from New York.
Friend, you love me. So stop it. But it's okay.
That's all I'll say. Can't trust nobody from New York. See, I trust the daggone Jets and they let me down. To be
honest with you, they're not from there. They just play for them. If you really want to keep it.
True point. And I guess that leads us to the real New York team, Giants and Vikings. I will let you start. Who do you think is going?
I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to go controversial. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna think with my heart. Even though my heart sometimes sometimes your heart lets you down. You see a good looking man, you see a good looking woman, your heart be like, ooh, I need it, ooh, but you really don't, and then boom, your heart get broken. That might happen, but I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I don't trust Kirkland Cousins. I really don't. So, but they should win. The Vikings are supposed to win easily.
No. Don't try to hedge your bet. Are you saying the Giants is winning? That's what you're saying?
I'm going to say the Giants. I'm sorry, I just read this comment.
Giants lose by 40. I agree with you.
No, first off, we're not losing by 40. I will say we probably going to lose by a good 14, but I'm gonna go with the Giants only because I do think we rested Saquon, his big old thighs. We rested them, made sure he good. Daniel Dimes, whatever. He rested too. Our defense is actually pretty good when we want to play. We're not buns on defense. I wish my Giants had sauce. I love me some sauce. Bring him over. I would love to see Sauce guard.
Over Kayvon Thibodeau? I mean, Kayvon has been.
No. I'm talking about what's his name as a corner.
Sauce of course, but then y'all got Kayvon, so you telling me
Kayvon's no? Why can't we have both? I want both. Why can't I have both? Kayvon, Kayvon. Why you mad? Why you greedy? Kayvon is not a corner. So if we can have Sauce and him, that would be like perfecto. But
exactly.
Leave Daniel Dimes alone, okay? Let him be great. And cousin, I'm sorry, that was funny. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right. But let me tell you something, sir. Kirkland, when does he show up? Not all the time in the playoffs. I give you that. How about that? And that's a fact, William. He be stinking it up in the playoffs.
No. You know what? I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound wild. You thought I was gonna hate on you, but I'm actually gonna agree with you and say the Giants is gonna win this. I'm about to agree with you. Like this might be the first time on our show that I'm agreeing with you. But I actually got the Giants upsetting the Minnesota Vikings. I don't trust Kirk. I don't trust Kirk Cousins. Their only weapon is Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook.
Adam's good.
Adam Thielen is cooked.
He's not cooked. He's not
cooked.
Cooked.
He's cooked.
He's not cooked, that good.
Cooked. So Justin Jefferson is their only weapon, and I just don't see it. And on top of that, Minnesota has one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL. They are absolutely atrocious. Patrick Peterson, I saw him play against the New York Jets, and I wanted to tell Patrick Peterson he needed to retire because it's over. Because he's cooked too. He's done all that. Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is gonna pull it off. I think Daniel Jones is gonna pull it off. I do. They're gonna get the ball to Saquon. They're gonna play great defense. Thibodeau on them is gonna put that pressure.
Because we almost beat them.
And let me say this: Minnesota has won 11 games by one possession. They have been getting by the entire season.
They have.
And I think it's going to end in the first round. I really do think the Giants is going to beat the Vikings, and then they're going to get mollywop smashed once they get in the next round.
By the 49ers.
By whoever they're going to play, they're going to get mollywop smashed.
No, I saw it's either the 49ers or the Seahawks. So the 49ers are both of them might smash us, but the 49ers definitely going to smash us.
49ers definitely going to smash them. Seahawks will beat them. And I hate it for y'all, though. Let me say this, though. If the Giants win, it's going to suck because then they're going to have to sign Daniel Jones and Saquon, and I think that's a bad idea.
I know you talked about that.
Saquon is a bad idea, but definitely keeping Daniel Jones is going to be a bad idea. But, but if you think about it, and you remember we talked about this. We're in a generation where there is no good quarterbacks. It really.
What are you talking about? We got, you mean running backs.
No. We're in a generation, think about it. The reason why the Giants are keeping Daniel Jones is, who else are they going to put back there?
Oh, I guess I'm thinking about the whole pool. I'm like, we got Mahomes,
and
Burrow,
when you think about
Allen,
it, the whole pool,
Herbert,
the whole pool is this: Burrow,
I don't want to say
Mahomes, Allen,
Hurts.
Lamar.
Don't disrespect.
Jalen. So, am I wrong that he got approved another year?
Oh, now he got approved another year.
No, nothing like that. For him to be out there with Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen and all them, he got approved another year, right?
You're right.
So he's like a tier 2. I'm not saying he's bad.
No,
tier
he's not
2
bad.
people are like Jalen Hurts. I think Trey Lance, you need to take another look on
Would you
him,
put
give him a
Dak in
chance.
there? Is Dak
You
tier
know
1 or tier 2?
who?
Dak. Dakota.
Man, don't make me cuss on this family show. Dak like tier 3, tier 4. Don't get me started about that. Herbert, I ain't nobody hating on Herbert. Herbert gotta prove it. He ain't showed anything in the playoffs yet. I think he's tier 2 with Jalen Hurts and all them. They ain't
Well,
to
this
prove
is
it
only
thing.
his second, third year.
But-
Let the man breathe.
But that's one. Man, whatever. My thing is this though. There ain't that many good quarterbacks. If Dak is making money, and Dak to me ain't a top 10 quarterback, that goes to show y'all. Arizona Cardinals paid Kyler Murray all that money, and Kyler Murray
Lord,
is not. Don't get me started about that with Kyler Murray. He ain't worth all that money. He's just not. You see the Raiders regretting all that money they gave to David Carr's the brother. Derek Carr's the other one. Derek Carr, like all I'm just saying, where's the good quarterback? There is no more good quarterbacks. So that's why Daniel Jones can stay on the Giants. That's why Kirk Cousins can make all that money in Minnesota because they can't get anybody. And the Giants about to be stuck with Daniel Jones. They're gonna be thinking they're doing good, and next year y'all gonna be crying because y'all paid all that money.
Okay, whatever. Listen, so we almost back to what's more important, the game. So we we almost beat Minnesota really, but they beat us by 3.
I mean, everybody almost beat Minnesota.
Okay, I mean that's true.
Everybody almost beat Minnesota.
I'm just trying to say we have
the daggone Colts had a daggone 38-point lead and blew it to the daggone Minnesota Vikings. I don't know. Minnesota Vikings done sold their soul, done something, gave away, sold a lamb. I don't know what they done did, man.
It's too cold over there. I've been over there. I went to my aunt's wedding over there, and it's and I went in December. My feet were frozen. I was wearing boots. I was even wearing my Timbs.
What you cold for?
No, Minnesota's a different cold.
I don't want to hear that. They both
okay. Go up to Minnesota in December. You come back with frozen feet, and you come back to me. But no,
I have no reason to go to Minnesota. Go ahead.
But no, I was saying that they beat us on the last second field goal. It was a good game. And I'm saying we were in the game. Daniel Jones, of course, was being sloppy. If he wasn't sloppy, we probably would have won the game. Like it would. So I'm just saying we have a chance. So, you know what, Mr. Stevens, all I'm gonna say is this: you gotta.
That's true. Stevens out here speaking facts out here in these comments. So we're gonna go on to the next one.
Keep that L comment from adding up.
I'm just saying. He's speaking facts over there.
It's not no L. Okay, it's not no L. We're gonna do good things. Okay, I think we're gonna do good things. As long as we don't get blown out, I'm good. Because at the end of the day, we're not supposed to win. So next up.
Okay. Just like that. Sound like you keep thinking them New York Knicks gonna win some, and they just as trash too. But anyway,
the Hawks. Y'all need to get Lollipop Head ready because he over here crying about a coach.
But he owns the Knicks though, right?
He do own the Knicks, honey.
We'll take him
in a second. But we beat him last time.
It don't matter. Trey Young owns the Knicks, but you know this is a football show. Don't get me started.
Not last time.
Last time. What happened in the playoffs?
All right, fine. He's balding.
What happened in the playoffs? Anyway, so next game we got Baltimore and Cincinnati, and if you haven't read the reports, Lamar has not practiced, so they expect Tyler Huntley to start. And this one, I think, is going to be either one. This is going to be Cincinnati in a beatdown, I think. Yeah. Cincinnati is going to be a scary team to watch. Even though they don't have an offensive line, they have Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Seems like that's all they need. We forget that they was the AFC representative in the Super Bowl. So we just forget how good and how talented the Cincinnati Bengals are. But they're absolutely going to beat the Ravens. And the Ravens better send a blank check to Lamar Jackson and stop playing, or just trade the man and blow the team up. I don't know what to tell you, but what you think?
I think they need to trade him low key. It seems like they're not going to do right by him. Just go ahead and trade the man. Let him get his money somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, he really deserves the money. But I understand why they're not going to give him the money. So just go ahead and trade him. Start fresh. He don't have no help anyway while he's there, except for Mark. Even though Mark Andrews is really good, but that's really all he really be throwing to. Like he don't have no special receiver that he can throw to on a regular basis like a lot of these teams. So I really think they should just trade him and get over with. You could tell that's why they're stalling. And honestly, he shouldn't play. Just go ahead and rest yourself. Get ready for next season, honey, and and get ready for the next team, in my opinion, unless they're really going to give him all the money. But
I
I
mean,
have a feeling that they're not.
I feel like it's like this. I feel like they should pay the man. I do understand why they don't want to pay him Deshaun Watson money because Cleveland is going to regret the heck out of that. And Deshaun Watson money is a bit outrageous. I mean, ain't nobody stupid like Cleveland, but they need to pay the man because if they don't, the way the offense is set up, you just can't plug another quarterback in. As you can see, their backup and their backups are just running quarterbacks that don't have the arm like a Lamar. So I feel like they should keep him. Honestly, this is what I think the Ravens should do. Keep Lamar, get rid of Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator, because he is absolutely terrible, and get a real offensive coordinator because I do believe Lamar can play under a sophisticated offense like a Shanahan offense. If you don't know Bobby Petrino runs a sophisticated offense. He ran that in college. He proved he could sit in the pocket, and he ran that in college. Of course, they mixed in a little read option here and there, but most of the time when he was running at Louisville, there were called quarterback run plays. There wasn't him scrambling and just running for his life. If you go back, he'll sit in that pocket. I wish they'd just give this man a real offensive coordinator who tries to figure out how to work with his skills, right? And make him a better pocket passer. He does need to improve as a pocket passer. I will admit that. He needs to improve on his accuracy. But I mean, the Ravens would be foolish because here's the thing: if you trade
there's
Lamar,
no quarterbacks. There's no other.
That's what I'm saying. You might as well just.
I'm sorry, Derek Carr is ready. Derek Carr is ready. Maybe you go to your Steelers since you want to really try it and since you want to bring up stuff. So boom, he could go to your Steelers or whatever.
Oh no, man, no. See, you getting it twisted. I'm all keen. Small hands, man. Kenny Small Hands Pickens, man. I like Small Hands. I like NFL young boy George Pickens. So don't talk about my Steelers. Y'all better be lucky they didn't make it because I would have probably had them winning the championship. But we're gonna be back
because you the type.
We're gonna be back. Don't sleep on Mike Tomlin. Coach of the year should be. But
you know how I feel about Michael.
No, we don't like you though. We don't like you. Stay with the Giants. You stay with the Giants.
No, I mean, I don't want to go to Pittsburgh. It's boring. But all I'm saying is like. I love Michael Tomlin, so we good.
Oh, jeez. Whatever. Anyway.
But did I say who I was going to pick? I think you went first.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think you was going to pick the Bengals, but go ahead.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. I'm picking the Bengals. Bengals. Yeah, I'm definitely picking them. I mean, first off, I love when they wear the white. I know this had nothing to do with the game, but their white outfit.
Oh, the Snow White jersey.
Yeah, those are gorgeous. I hope they wear them. But yeah, they're gonna win easily. Joe Cool gonna have a cigar afterwards, and he's gonna be chilling. So we good. Like I don't even have to like. And look, I don't see how you talk about Joe Cool, how you talk about Kirkland Cousins. When Kirkland Cousins be having his cigar dancing and stuff, you have a problem.
Man, no.
Joe Cool be out here doing Kirk
Cousins when he do it looks like the racist white man trying to be cool with the black folks. Joe Cool look like he hang out with us. Joe Cool been showing that.
I'm not gonna hold you. That might be your best take. Man. That might be your best take. That was actually factual.
Kirk thugging. I can't. Because here's the thing: when they be doing the Kirk thugging and the thugging thing, it's cool when they do it. It's the problem when we do it, huh? So that's all I'm gonna say. Because anytime it's a black person being a thug, they want to actually take the word, but they want to do Kirk thugging for Kirk Cousins, and everybody want to celebrate him with the gold chains and all that. They want to do all that for Kirk Cousins, but when it comes to us, then it's a problem. Like I said, cool when they do it.
I'm not
it's a problem when I do it.
I'm not going to get mad about that because that's actually very true. But yes, the Bengals are going to win.
Okay. Well, on to the big game. I think this is probably the biggest game out of this weekend. It's the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. Jess, I'll let you go. Who you got winning between the Cowboys or
I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you. I think Thomas Edward, Patrick Brady, Edison, something. He had like 4 names. I think he's about to I'm not gonna say shock, but I think he's gonna win. And I didn't know he was undefeated against the Cowboys, but I really think, they're gonna be in Jerry World. No, I'm gonna go with the Bucs.
No, they're gonna be in Tampa because Tampa won their division. Tampa won their division.
Oh, I see. It's who wins the division. My bad, I forgot. Okay, cool.
Tampa won their division.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. But honestly, Dallas should win. But I'm gonna pick the Bucs. I just think Tom Brady is gonna have all of them ready to play. They're going to be hype, and I think Dakota is going to fold, and Zeke is not himself. You talking about Cook? That's who's cooked. But
yeah. We need to get about Tony Pollard more.
I don't know. I know. I really feel like the Bucks and now I think it's going to be close. I wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys were up the whole game and then Brady gets a game-winning drive. I think the Bucks are going to win though. And I say think slightly, but I have to pick someone, so I pick the Bucks. Now, Dakota might show up though. You never know. And then fold the next game, but I would be shocked. I would be kind of shocked if and that's sad because they're supposed to win, but I think I'll be shocked if the Cowboys win. I think Brady is like out for blood. I wouldn't be shocked if he make it to a championship. Not a Super Bowl, but the championship. You know how with him, they randomly, when he's on a team, except for like a few years out of his long career, he always, even when they seem to be playing bad, they come through randomly. And I really feel like he's going to have the team ready. And I think they're going to win like 27-24, like something like that. So I think it'll be close. And Dallas defense cannot be slept on. So that's why they would be kept in the game, because Dallas defense. But I think they're still injured a little bit. Some of their key players are a little bit injured, just a little bit. I forgot who, but it's some people on defense. So that might be a factor. Because if Brady don't get touched.
No, and that's what I was going to get to. The question is really going to be, there's been some talk that I think the center name is Ryan Jensen. He injured himself in preseason, maybe coming back. But I was torn. I was going with the Bucks to win it, but
these comments are hilarious.
I'm going to have to go with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, the comments are hilarious. I'm gonna have to go to the Dallas Cowboys, and the reason why I say it is because of this. Brady, when he's pressured, is not good. That's the thing with him. When he's pressured, he's good, and I think this defense is going to come for him. I think Michael Parsons is going to have a very good game. Yes, I understand he only got one move, but that one move is pretty dangerous. Like it's pretty unstoppable.
It's like Giannis, that little spin
exactly.
he do. And then it works every time. You like, why is he doing that spin? And he still dunks it on you, like that type of thing.
Exactly. So, we'll see. I was leaning. Tampa Bay's O-line scares me, and Dallas can put pressure on Tampa.
That's true.
And their defense ain't really like world beaters. So, yeah, I got Dallas winning by a field goal, 24-21. Dallas is going to win. That's how I got.
So you think it's going to be close, though? Okay.
I do think it's going to be close.
If they do win, if either team wins, I pick it to be close. If Dallas just go ahead and mollywop them, I'm gonna be shocked. Just because, Brady don't play defense; he just on offense. So, but I'm just saying, like, I'm focusing on Brady getting them ready and getting their mindset on like, come on, this is our time, and then he get them pumped, and then boom, they turn into a Brady team. So that's what I'm thinking. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys win. To me, they are supposed to win anyway. This is their fans tell me this is their year every year. So that's what I suspect them to get through. But I'm picking the Bucks though. I pick them by, like I said, a 27-24. You said the same. Well, you didn't say
I think it's going to be close. I definitely think it's going to be close.
Okay.
Real close. So, all right. So, with that being said, Jazz, so what is your predictions? Who you got going to the Super Bowl and who you got winning in this NFL playoff?
Okay. So the AFC, I think the Chiefs are going to come out.
No. We ain't thinking. I need a guarantee.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to say think. I'm sorry. First off, I'm not Charles Barkley. Don't tell me you need a guarantee. Don't tell me.
I need a guarantee. I need a guarantee.
I'm gonna go with Chiefs versus. Who's the NFC? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with Chiefs versus I want to say Eagles, but. It's something about I need to know if Hurts is okay. But I feel like it's either gonna be Chiefs versus Philly or Chiefs versus San Francisco, in my opinion, unless my Giants come through. Shock the world. But I don't think it's gonna happen this year, not this year. Maybe if Eli was on the team, I have a little. But anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that.
Don't go to Eli. Don't get me started by Eli.
Look, I already told you what it was, and it was factual, but it's okay. I'm gonna let you have it. So I'm gonna go with KC versus Philly. I'm gonna go KC versus Philly. If if Hurts is at his level that he was, I don't see no one stopping the Eagles in the NFC except the 49ers. And that's if their defense was doing their thing. Sorry. Yeah. But you know, I'm gonna go with that. Philly versus Kansas City.
Okay.
And I have Kansas City coming out. Patty gonna show why he that dude. And then it's gonna prove that he really didn't. Well, I'm sure he would love to have Tyreek, but it's gonna prove, because honestly, let's just give a round of applause for Patty, because at the end of the day, people really were saying like, oh, he don't have Tyreek, he can't get none of the numbers he had before, and he definitely has passed that. Absolutely, so I want to give him all his props, because actually this is not the most explosive offense he's ever had, and he's done better. From what it looks like, his efficiency is better and everything. So I want to give him his props. I mean, he has Travis Kelce, but still, it's still not the explosive offense, that he had before. So I just want to give him his props for real. So okay, but I have KC winning the whole thing.
That's nice.
But their defense do worry me. So boom, but this is my whatever. I'm gonna say KC. Okay, now if the Bills win, I would be happy for the Bills, and it's a New York team, but no one goes to Buffalo.
I mean, do y'all count as a New York team? I don't hear no New Yorker be like, "Oh, I'm representing the Buffalo Bills,"
because no one goes there. But I'm trying to show you. I've tried to show you on the map where Buffalo is in New York. Is not. And let me just say this as well, because I think I taught you this to all my viewers out there. The New York Giants and the New York Jets don't play in New York. They play across the bridge in New Jersey at the Meadowlands. Okay, they used to play at Yankee Stadium, which is in the Bronx. It's in New York. They all that money. They need to get their own.
I mean, is it in New York though? Hold on. It's in New York though. It's in New York. How Buffalo is not New York if it's not New York?
Look, it's not the concrete jungle. It's upstate.
For all y'all New Yorkers talking all this trash, why y'all in Georgia? Go back up north and it's cold. You know, y'all love New York so much.
I would, but honey, I fell in love with a man from Athens, so that's why I'm here.
Because you know the best men down here in the Georgia and South Georgia and the Georgia, all of us, we all down here.
Well, look, tell that to people like Offset and people like that who love
Offset
from women. He from Gwinnett too. He fell in love with a woman from the Bronx. I'm just saying.
I mean, because it takes one of us Georgia people to tame y'all New Yorkers. You know, we got to tame y'all. It takes a Georgia, you know. So. Yeah.
But look,
I'm saying.
Not exactly. All jokes aside, yeah. So, the Jets used to play at Shea Stadium, which is now Citi Field. Well, I'm sorry, not now Citi Field. They built a whole building, all that. And then, the Giants used to play at Yankee Stadium. But then they was like, nah, let's go ahead and so they moved to the Meadowlands. They built this whole thing for them, and they both play at the same stadium or whatever. But Buffalo has their own. Like stadium, Buffalo Bills, literally.
Yeah, no, Buffalo,
but no one wants to go up there. It's so far. Do you know? And let me just let y'all know, Buffalo. Okay, we actually had at LaGuardia in Queens at the airport. You could take a plane to go to Buffalo, and it's in New York. That's how far it is.
I mean, you can take a plane from Atlanta to Savannah.
See, that's what I mean. That's dumb. Why would I want to do that? See, that's what I mean. And look, do I want to pay that money to take a 45-minute trip or drive 5 hours to see? That's doing too much. See, that's just too far. And
I mean, don't ask me. I like to drive. I'll road trip all day. I road trip anywhere. So.
Anyway, I'm going across the bridge to New Jersey to go to the Meadowlands to go put on my Michael Strahan jersey and live my best life. So
Michael Strahan, another overrated player.
What?
Yeah, I said it.
I almost clicked on leave studio.
Anyway, so
I almost clicked on leave studio. I almost clicked. What the world is
wrong? Another classically overrated player.
Lawrence Taylor's overrated too.
Oh no! Lawrence Taylor is the greatest defensive player of all time.
He's a GOAT. Don't play.
Yeah,
and Michael Strahan was not. Okay, you know what? You really be trying. See, you really make my elbow itch, my kneecap itch, my hair follicle itch. Like, you really making me really upset.
All I'm saying is this. When you say top defensive ends of all time, do you think Michael Strahan at all? No,
he's not in the top 20.
Mm-hmm. So he's overrated.
Yeah,
so
how is he overrated?
He's overrated.
Oh
exactly,
my
Craig
God.
Stevens. He is slightly overrated.
He's
Y'all overrate the
overrated.
heck out that man. So
No, he's not.
And then he got that sack record by Brett Favre helping him out. So don't even get me
Oh, now you just hating. Why it got to be Brett Favre helping him?
You know, he out there helping Brett Favre. Brett Favre out here stealing from the poor and giving to the rich, man. Tell you type of character that Michael Strahan is.
That's another story. First off, don't do that. But
I ain't gonna do that. That's just kidding. But Michael Strahan find this show all of a sudden want to kill me. So, but anyway, so I'm gonna give my pick though, and I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was going Philly and Kansas City. I was watching Jalen Hurts. Kind of made me change my mind a little bit. It's making me question.
Back.
But that's what I'm saying. He seemed rusty. You about to miss a week, and
he's gonna be better.
But with that being said, I'm gonna go Philly and Buffalo for the Super Bowl.
I knew he was gonna go with Buffalo.
And I got Buffalo winning it because I just think it's just one of these years. I think Buffalo's going to figure it out, and they're going to win it. Because they were so close last year. Because, honestly, truly, they don't lose that game in Kansas City. I do think they demolish Cincinnati, and I do think they go in the Super Bowl and demolish the Rams. Yeah.
You think the Bills will be demolished?
No. I'm saying last year, when they lost to Kansas City,
I see.
If they would have beat Kansas City, they would demolish Cincinnati, and they would have demolished the Rams in the Super Bowl, and I think they would have won the Super Bowl.
I don't know about
And I think this year is their year for
they would have demolished.
I think they would have demolished.
Not the Rams, not last year. Yeah, I'm ready for that combo again because I killed you that one time.
Rams. First of all, the Rams got lucky to win there, and we can tell by how absolutely garbage juice this team looked this year. Got Sean McVay want to. He ain't even trying to retire. Sean McVay like, nah, you know what? I know I convinced y'all to trade all these first-round picks for all these aging veterans, and we got a Super Bowl, but y'all handle this after this, and I'm about to leave. Sean McVay don't even want to stay for this crap. So, I mean, they got lucky. They won their Super Bowl. Give them that, whatever. But I got Philly versus Buffalo, and I think Buffalo's going to pull it out. Very true by Craig Stevens. Cincinnati is a dark horse.
No one wants to play them.
And that's why I think, honestly, that's why I got Buffalo over because if KC runs into Cincinnati, I think Cincinnati beats.
That's what I was going. Well, I don't know if they beat, but I noticed that's Patty's tonight. I won't say it's Joe, but people want to be like Joe Burrow better than him. Y'all wild on another level.
No, they wild.
They wild. But listen, that is Cincinnati. Something about Cincinnati that tickles his curly haired fancy. Like I don't know what it is. Like something bothers him. He's discombobulated. He seems a little off. But see, it's the offensive line for Joe Burrow that like still scares me to this day. That's the only thing. Like, because at the end of the day, if he's not protected, they're not ever going to.
They're not going to win.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, and they're still sketch. I hope in the draft that they get someone to help this man out, because they could get him hurt and he's too talented for that. So that's what I'm saying. And they done well this year. Like their record is great and everything, but there are moments if you watched, and I know you watched the game, he be getting hit and you be like, oh shoot. Like sometimes he's like top 2 or 3, the most hit quarterbacks I saw in the league. Yeah. That's not good still. I need him to be protected. And I love Joe Cool. But unless they shock the heck out of me during this playoff run, I don't see it yet. And that's why I would pick Kansas City or the Bills over them. But I do think that the Bengals are Patty's kryptonite. So
okay. And so let's slide that since we're talking about Patty. We're gonna do who we think gonna win different awards, and we'll do MVP last. So we're gonna start off with I'm out here looking through my little list right now. All right, we're gonna start off with Coach of the Year. Sir. We're gonna start off with Coach of the Year. So candidates, you got Nick Sirianni, Nick Sirianni of the Philadelphia Eagles, Brian Daboll of the New York Giants, Kyle Shanahan of the 49ers, Doug Peterson of Jacksonville, and Dan Campbell of Detroit. Out of that 5, who would you say?
Those are some great picks. I'm going to go, and you could call me biased or whatever, but I'm going to go with the Giants only because no one thought they would be here. Did you think they would be here? No. And it's because of the coaching. I don't think the talent is the same from last year. Brian
Daboll is the one that seemed to have figured out Josh Allen. Like, Brian Daboll is the one that put Josh Allen together. But then Brian Daboll is also the one that ran that Alabama squad when Tua and them was all there. I think he helped Jalen Hurts and all that. So Brian Daboll has been kind of a quarterback whisperer a little bit. so I'm not surprised.
I think he should get it for real, especially if they was to beat the Vikings. I think he should definitely get it. Now, who will probably get it is the Philadelphia Eagles, because they're probably going to give it to him, and it's understood, and I get it, and I wouldn't be mad, but I would give it to the Giants coach for real, because he's a great coach, and he definitely has. I noticed in they show a little locker room stuff behind the scenes and all that stuff, and he has them believing in themselves. Something I haven't seen in a very long time with the Giants crew. So, but I think they're going to give it to the Philly coach. So,
I agree with you, Craig. Stevenson, Tomlin should be there, but
look, I could talk about Michael Tomlin. Listen, he is a winning coach. He's great. He has a great speaking voice. I could go on and on.
Know about winning. Y'all New Yorkers don't know about winning.
First of all, we're the mecca of everything. Every time you want to come up there, it's always something new to do.
God. It's the mecca. I don't want to hear that.
Okay. So when people sell out the Garden, it's a big thing. Okay.
I mean, that's true.
When people sell out State Farm, no one cares. I'm just keeping it a buck. Okay.
Okay, I get that. But again, it seems like 50 million New Yorkers live in Atlanta. So y'all see the love of the South a lot, though.
Like I said, I was about to go
up there. And talking about New York fans, I do love y'all. I love Look, my favorite, two of my favorite cousins are New Yorkers. They're like brothers to me.
That is so true.
You are a New Yorker. Shout out to Luck Stockton. He's a New Yorker. You know, he get on my nerves. I mean, I love my New Yorkers.
But on the real,
y'all funny. But go ahead.
But on the real, I was about to move back up to New York after college, and then my soon-to-be husband was like, "Move in with me in Athens." That's literally how it went, and I just stayed.
We gotta talk about that culture shock. I know you had to go through a culture shock going from New York to Athens.
On the real.
I mean, I'm from Jessup, and yeah.
On the real naive, it was a lot to deal with. But I was in it was Waleska. Which is even countryer, Waleska, Georgia. So, yeah. But I always visited Georgia because I always I have cousins.
You take UGA out of Georgia. You take UGA out of Athens. Athens ain't nothing but trees. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all it is.
I mean, it is what it is. But I will say,
I can't talk.
The rent is great.
Because if you see where I'm from, if you was to see where I grew up in Gardai, Jessup, Georgia, and Gardai, it's kind of. I mean, I grew up next to a farm and all that.
You said lemon pepper fried hard. Facts, because those are.
Hold on. First of all, facts. I lived in Memphis for 2 years, and that's when I learned only Atlanta takes wings serious, because the wings in Memphis was trash. I traveled to Arkansas, wings was trash. Mississippi, wings was trash. Texas, wings were trash. I went to Texas and they never heard of Zaxby's, and I almost murdered myself after that. I was just like,
no, they have great steak over there. They have great steak and barbecue. That's real talk.
Georgia, Atlanta, the home of the wings.
But on the real though, Athens, like I said, the rent is great. I just want to say the rent is great.
So I'll say this, and so we can get back on, so we won't talk about which place is which. I'll say my coach of the year, this is who I feel like should win. I think Cerrone is going to win. Either Cerrone or Daboll will win. But I think Dan Campbell should win from the Detroit Lions, because Dan Campbell, I mean, we thought Detroit Lions was going to be like in the lottery, think about basketball, in the top 5, top 10 to pick, and he almost got them in the playoffs. So, and I would be he resurrected Jared Goff's career. So I would honestly give it to Dan Campbell, but I think Nick Cerrone is going to win. Next we're going to do.
Yeah, that's the Philly coach. I'm sorry, I was agreeing with you. My bad, I was agreeing with you.
So comeback of the year, I think this one's a little bit easy, but the 5 candidates: Geno Smith, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Jared Goff, and Derrick Henry.
That's for what?
For comeback player of the year.
Oh, comeback player of the year. Sorry, say it again. You said Saquon.
So you got Geno Smith, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, Geno. That's what I said. I think this one's kind of easy. Geno's going to be comeback of the year. Because look, man, people forget Paul Geno had the worst reputation because a dude snuck him and broke his jaw. Mm-hmm. Like, that's basically what it was. A dude snuck him, broke his jaw, and he had a reputation of being soft. And I'm glad he's figured it out. Because, I mean, I like Geno. I think he was pretty good at West Virginia. I think he just never got a fair chance. And it goes to show that the NFL is finally letting black quarterbacks get another chance, because back in the day, Geno, after he would have blew that first time, he would have never got another chance again. And I hope Geno does get paid, man. He definitely look better than Russ. He making your boy Russ look bad out there. So, but Geno Smith definitely should
leave
win.
Russell alone. Please leave Russell alone. He's been going through a
Russ
lot.
need to get that money back to Walmart, man. I went in Walmart, prices went up, and I said we ain't doing nothing but paying for Russell Wilson's contract. It's a daggone shame. Anyway, on to the next one. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I actually think this is going to be a good one.
It's
Gardner.
Sauce. It's Sauce.
Okay, we're gonna have a debate about this one. So you got Sauce Gardner, Aiden Hutchinson, Kayvon Thibodeaux. I always say his last name wrong. Thibodeaux, I think.
It don't matter. It's Sauce.
Tyreek Woolen and Kyle Hamilton. So you say Sauce.
They should trade him to Atlanta because I would definitely get some season tickets. But anywho's, yes, I say it's Sauce. That's better than what they have now. Why you play it and then their revenue gonna go up, and that's a fact. And then Sierra gonna come to games. It's just better for them. But anywho, I say Sauce.
Okay, I'm actually saying I think it should go to Aiden Hutchinson. That's why I say I think it's close between Sauce and Aiden Hutchinson. Don't get it twisted. Sauce is becoming the new shutdown corner. It was Deion Sanders, and then it was Darrelle Revis of Revis Island, Champ Bailey, all that. And I think Sauce has it. Now, don't get it twisted. I've looked at some tape. Sauce does do a lot of grabbing. Sauce does get away with some pass interference and holding. Yes, they all do. And surprisingly, Sauce has been getting away with it. You would have thought as a rookie they would have probably been flagging him a lot more because he didn't get that veteran status. But he do be grabbing a lot. He do. I would actually give it to Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson looking like J.J. Watt retiring. Look like J.J. Watt's coming right back in the reincarnation of Aiden Hutchinson. And he definitely played good. I actually think it should be a tie between them two. I think this was a very good rookie class because Kayvon Thibodeaux is a monster, is a beast. I know people have issues with him doing the Snow Angels and all that when old boy got hurt, but give me that dog. I want that dog, man. I like him. Shoot. Tyreek Woolen is another one that's good. That's the corner for Seattle.
Is he?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, because I just thought to my brain cells. He is a rookie. Kayvon. Yeah, snap. I might have to. No, I think it should go to Sauce. Okay,
here you go.
It's between them two, though.
Yeah, it's between Sauce and Aiden Hutchinson. Kayvon came up at the end, but I think it's between Aiden and Sauce. I do think Sauce is going to win because Sauce has been getting a lot of love since day one, but I think Aiden should win. But this was a great rookie class as far as especially defense because I'm looking at this list right now. Sauce, Aiden Hutchinson, Kayvon Thibodeaux, Tyreek Woolen, Kyle Hamilton from the Ravens, Jack Jones from the Patriots. A lot of these players did good, but we'll say Sauce. And you sure you're a Giants fan, Jess? That's what Luck Stockton said. I don't know, man. I mean, Jess be switching.
Why? Because teams, I said Sauce. That's a lie. Please don't try it. I've never switched teams. I just give respect to respect is due. Just because I didn't go with Kayvon, don't mean
this is what you expect out of a Duke fan. Duke.
Whoa, we are very loyal, and you know this.
You need to stop that.
We are very loyal.
Stop.
But no, I'm gonna go. No, if what we do is not about who we love or whatever. If that's the case, you might as well go for someone on the Steelers for your defense. And then
I couldn't. I mean, I feel like Small, and we about to get the offensive rookie of the year, and Small Hands is on this list.
Gonna switch it up.
But I ain't gonna switch to I ain't gonna hit y'all with Small Hands. So offensive rookie of the year, top 5 list: Garrett Wilson, Brock from the Jets, Brock Purdy from the 49ers, Kenneth Walker III from the Seattle Seahawks, Chris Olivier from the Saints, and Christian Watson from the Packers. Out of that list, it's probably another Jet.
You go first.
Okay. So I'll say this. Offensive rookie of the year, I think it's between Garrett Wilson. Brock Purdy, and Kenneth Walker III. I think Garrett Wilson's going to win it. Garrett Wilson is playing like a dominant receiver, and he didn't even have a good quarterback this year, because he had trash behind Zach Wilson. You had Mike White, had Joe Flacco, and he still balled out this year. So Garrett Wilson definitely should be the offensive rookie of the year. Shout out to Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy came on too late to get it, but he definitely should get a shout out. Kenneth Walker, this was a decent class. What you think?
No, I'm going to go with Wilson. It's Wilson. No, honestly, the Jets are so disappointing because they really have. Well, I'm sorry, they have individual talent, but their quarterback is just
Mm-hmm.
straight up buns juice. That's the only reason why they could, because they would have won. I'm pretty sure if they would have had a decent quarterback, even if it was someone like Derek Carr or something. See, Stockton, look, you're really messing up this flow. I'm gonna need you to chill, okay? I thought me and you supposed to be cool, but you wildin', and I don't like it. You're bugging. But let me just say, yeah, they had a quarterback. They would have made the playoffs, in my opinion, and they would have beat who the Dolphins in order to
Mm-hmm.
for your Steelers to be, if they would have had a decent quarterback, because they didn't even get blown out in the Dolphins game. They could have won it, but they quarterback is straight up trash. I'm sorry, they didn't have a quarterback. So,
Yeah, they didn't have a quarterback, and Jets
but
had
I
one job. Jets
but
had
I
one
pick
job. You know,
but I pick
conspiracy
Wilson.
theory. They didn't want the Steelers in. That's all I'm gonna say. They just didn't.
That make you feel better. That's
No,
not what
no,
it is.
no one
They
wanted to
just
see us. No one wanted to see us. That's all I'm gonna say.
this
No one
guy.
wanted to see us.
Just like no one wanted to see your Miami Hurricanes. No one wants to see the
I look,
UNC
look,
Tar
look, look.
Heels.
I'm
No
gonna say
one
that
wants to see
no
your
one wanted to see the
Hawks.
Miami Hurricanes next year. I'm gonna say that, but don't get me started.
You
You
see
are.
that every year though.
You are. I know I say that every year, but you know what? Because I'm a true fan. I ain't no bandwagon
Facts.
fan. As
Facts.
I just said, don't. First of all,
But I'm a
all you
realist though.
people,
I'm a
all y'all people
realist.
that talk
If
trash
we
about
trash, we
Miami,
trash.
everybody talk trash about Miami were Miami Hurricane fans in the 2000s, right? They were Miami Hurricane fans in the 2000s. They became Florida fans. They became USC fans. Now they Alabama, Georgia fans. I'm gonna stay with my Hurricanes, ride or die. So, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back one day. I'm gonna celebrate. That's all right. Y'all better not ever hope the Hurricanes get good, because there's a whole bunch of people on my list.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna come at. I'm gonna
gosh.
tell y'all. There's a whole bunch of y'all I'm gonna come after. So, defensive player of the year. This one I think is gonna be a real good one, especially between the top two. Micah Parsons of the Cowboys, Nick Bosa of the Chargers. No, excuse me, not the Chargers. Of the 49ers. Yeah. Chris Jones from the Chiefs, Myles Garrett from the Browns, and Matthew Judah from the Patriots. Who you think should win Defensive Player of the Year?
Ooh, I'll kind of, and I hate to do this as a Giants fan. I don't want to go with someone from the Cowboys, but I feel like I'm gonna have to be fair. The dude has been balling this year. But I do think Bosa deserves one because one time I think no, they gave it to Bosa over TJ Watt because I think one time I thought TJ Watt deserved it, but then they gave it to Bosa. It was something like that. Anyway, I want to say I think it's between Bosa and Micah Parsons. I think I'm gonna go. Not think. I'm gonna go with Parsons.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Parsons.
So I'm gonna hit with people with this. So I wanted to look up the list, look up the stats, because I know a lot of people.
Well, they both have great stats.
A lot of people were favoring Micah Parsons, but we're looking at it like this. So Parsons 43 tackles, Nick Bosa 41. Parsons 22 assists, 10. Sacks though, Nick Bosa has 18.5 compared to Michael Parsons 13.
But look what his position is.
I don't want to hear that.
He should have more.
He
should have more. And I'm really defending the Cowboy. That's crazy. More. But yes, he does. Of course, he's gonna have more.
I feel you, because first of all, don't look up Nick and Joey Bosa's family history and their dad and all that, because it'll make you judge them differently. Let's just say that. So for the fact that I'm going for Nick Bosa, that's kind of tough for me. But Nick Bosa should win Defensive Player of the Year because, first of all, the 49ers defense is just way miles better than the Cowboys defense. And that's all because of Nick Bosa and DeMeco Ryans running the defensive coordinator. And just, yeah, Micah, don't get it twisted. Micah had a great year starting off. I think he slowed down once people started figuring him out a little bit. He's still C-ball, hit ball player, which means he can be fooled by the play action a lot. They have a lot of plays like him and Trayvon Diggs are a lot of risk reward players. Like they do go for the rewards, but they risk is getting burned on touchdowns also. And
okay.
Micah could be a C-ball, hit ball person. You know, that's why I think they should keep him at DN and just tell him to rush the passer. You know what I'm saying? I understand why they want to put him at linebacker too. You know, the Lawrence Taylor comparisons is out of control. Stop that. He's nowhere. Y'all forgot how good Lawrence Taylor is.
Now, see, I didn't say all that. And honestly, I was really young when he was doing his thing. So I
was too, but
I'm not dumb. I've seen that.
I'm not dumb. Nah. All right, so Offensive Player of the Year. We got Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Christian McCaffrey. Now,
That's
remember,
tough.
Offensive Player of the Year usually does not go to a quarterback. Usually they give that because MVP is such a quarterback award that normally Offensive Player of the Year is a running back or a receiver.
I'm going to give it to JJ.
Yeah, I agree with you. JJ definitely deserves it.
I'm going to give it to JJ.
It's just, think about this.
Broke the record.
So wild. So he didn't break the record. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. It was some
type
of record.
He broke the Minnesota.
Well, it was a record.
Yeah, but he didn't break the Calvin Johnson record.
No, calm down. I know how you feel about Megatron, honey. Calm down. I'm not saying that.
But I'll say this. It's wild because I'm looking at Tyreek Hill at 2, right? Mm-hmm. And you remember there was a time when we thought Tyreek Hill was going to break Calvin Johnson's record, and he finally slowed down and all that.
Look who he with. If he
but it was
Patrick,
because Tua started getting hurt. Tua started having the concussions and all that. But yeah, it's definitely Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is definitely the best receiver in the league right now. Mm-hmm. Top 5, not in any particular order. Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Diggs.
That is fact, Mr. Stevens. That is very true.
Chase.
Because who's throwing to him? That's why he should get it.
Hold on. Hot take. What's the difference between Tua and Kirk Cousins? Tua, I truly didn't see it with Tua at Alabama. When I watched them play against Clemson and Clemson exposed them, I started questioning Tua. What's the difference between Tua and Kirk Cousins in my eyes?
Tell me since you know.
There ain't no difference. They're the same player in my eyes. They'll give you good games. They'll give you bad games. They'll give you good games. They can win your game. They can lose your game. No, Cooper, hold on. No. If y'all don't understand, Cooper Kupp, no, he is not top 5 no more. So,
calm down.
No, he's not.
Oh my gosh, the man got injured a little bit and had one bad season, and now the man is buns. Stop.
Yeah, he's buns. Like you say, buns.
He's not buns. He's okay.
We're not going to hear from Cooper Kupp anymore because Matthew Stafford is cooked. Stafford is cooked. God.
The man got injured and didn't come back.
Stafford is cooked. Stafford might go ahead and retire because y'all going to put him in the Hall of Fame, which he don't deserve to be in.
You are such a hater.
So don't get me started with that. Don't get me started on the Matthew Stafford train and how y'all he win that one Super Bowl and all of a sudden he's in the Hall of Fame.
We just gave him credit for a run. His run was great.
Yeah, like Joe Flacco.
You're not going to tell me. Stop. Did you really? Flacco is not even talented like that. At least give Matthew Stafford a little bit of credit he has more talent than some darn Fluco or Flacco, whatever y'all want to call the man.
I guess they both got strong arms. They both got very strong arms, big white quarterbacks who throw for all these yards, and then when it comes to playoff time, they're trash. So,
oh my God. I'm tired.
But y'all gonna put Matthew Stafford in the Hall of Fame, just like y'all gonna put Matt Ryan in the Hall of Fame.
Matthew, that's between y'all and the Lord with Matthew. I'm not about to.
All I'm gonna say is, if Matthew Stafford go in the Hall of Fame, then Donovan McNabb need to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna just say that. So
Wait, you said Matt Ryan?
I said if Matthew Stafford goes in the Hall of Fame, then Donovan McNabb needs to be.
Okay. Look, Donovan was good. No one said
exactly. And Donovan McNabb is having a hard time getting in the Hall of Fame right now.
Flacco run. I just feel like look. This is the thing. See, Flacco run might have been better, but I'm thinking about that championship game. His defense was the main reason why they won. And Matthew Stafford in that game, what was going on? He was making some. Give him his credit. The big plays. He had some big plays in the Super Bowl.
So we just going to ignore Aaron Donald. Aaron
Donald did great, but he still.
And we're just going to ignore Jalen Ramsey. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. We're just going to ignore them too, huh?
Look, Will Bayless, I don't got the time. Let me tell you this. The fact of the matter is that he had to he threw the cup for that big
he had
to score the touchdown, and then Donald brought it home. But before that, he had to get the touchdown with Kupp, or they were going to lose.
First of all.
Oh, my gosh. And then the one with Flacco, that was Ray Lewis last year. I remember that. He was retiring. And that defense was really, really good. And that's what stopped. Who were they going against? I forgot. But I remember that defense was big, just like the defense with the one, even though the defense was better, the one that Shannon Sharp was on, that Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, yeah. You talking about when they beat the Giants in the Super Bowl?
They did beat the Giants in the Super Bowl, but it's okay, though. Let me tell you something. That's okay. First,
Oh,
you're really
okay.
trying it, but it's
Okay.
cool though. It's cool. You wanted to get that in there, and I'm
Yeah,
glad you
just
did.
want
You
to let
feel
you
better
know.
about your
Just want to
life.
let you know.
You
Yeah,
just
just
feel
want to let
better
you know
about
they
your
lost
life.
to the Giants that
But
year.
you mean they won against the Giants that year?
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. Eli beat the GOAT twice. But cool. So next thing that I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that to Matthew, saying that him and Flacco are the same player, because
They
they're
are.
not.
They
They're
are.
not. Oh
They
my
are.
gosh,
They
Matthew!
are.
If you ever watch this
You
in
want me to tell
life,
you the difference?
just
I'll give you
know
the
I'm gonna
biggest
give you
difference
your
between
props.
the difference between Matthew Stafford and Joe Flacco is Matthew Stafford had Calvin Johnson and Joe Flacco did. And that's why
Say that again?
Stafford's stats look better, because he threw the ball to Megatron and Joe Flacco did. Just pure. You put Joe Flacco on the Detroit Lions, they still trash with Megatron. It's just Joe Flacco would have threw
They
for
would have
50
been
million
worse.
yards like
They
Matthew
would have been
Stafford,
worse.
and y'all would have been trying to put him in the Hall of Fame.
They would have
Like
been
y'all trying to
worse.
put Matthew Stafford in the Hall of Fame because he had that one great. Matthew
They would have
Stafford
been
had one
worse.
great year, and I got so sick and tired of seeing that daggone Apple AT&T commercial. Like they gave that man a million AT&T commercials after he won that championship. That was y'all was waiting on Stafford to win? Man, whatever. Y'all gave
If
Stafford too
Flacco was
many
with
problems.
Megatron, they would have been worse, and Megatron would have got all those numbers, and that's just
They would have
sad.
still been the Detroit Lions, like they was with Stafford. Stafford went to the
See,
Rams.
At least you can admit it's the Lions. Detroit is just not a good
But then
organization.
he went to the Rams and did what? He
won
really
a Super Bowl. What are you
with the great with the super team. As much as we joke about LeBron James and the super team, the Marquette Cooper Cup, who I say pretty decent.
LeBron was on a super team this year.
I mean, not saying like that. Y'all joke that LeBron built super teams and won the championship super team. That was basically a super team. That was a super team. You had Cup. You had.
I'm just trying to figure out why is that Matthew's
You had Odell. You had.
You running out. You running
I'm just
out,
saying.
William.
You got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. All I'm saying, exactly. Jared Goff got to the Super Bowl with the same team.
Oh my God!
Wait a minute. He didn't have Jalen Ramsey, and he didn't have Odell Beckham out there either.
He took a big fat L because he's not like that. And you see what he's doing with the Lions too.
Exactly. He won with a great team. Oh, I forgot about Von Miller. He had Von Miller on the defense.
What you want him to be like? Nah, I don't want Von Miller. What the heck is he supposed to say? Y'all trip me out. Y'all really trip me out.
But y'all like Stafford. Y'all like Stafford was Pat Mahomes in 3-4 years ago when he won the championship. Stafford wasn't doing all that, man. Stop it.
Oh my gosh. Because Chris Jones is trash.
Stop it.
Lord have mercy.
Chris Jones on Aaron Donald's level?
Chris Jones is good. Chris Jones is not on Aaron. No one's on Aaron Donald. But don't act like Chris Jones not like that. He's been to the Pro Bowl a few times. He's actually really, really good.
So if you were starting the defense, right? And you had
Aaron
Donald. Yes, hold on. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, and Chris Jones. Who you picking over them?
They beasting.
Exactly. Chris Jones would be fourth. He would be fourth.
That's fine. And I love me some Patty. All I'm saying is y'all just you're running out. You keep on bringing up stuff. Talk about he had Von Miller. What he supposed to do? He's like, nah, I don't want Von Miller on my team. What is he supposed to say?
So what happened?
Von Miller was
this
actually
year?
pretty good on that team, but he wasn't his. You act like he was the Von Miller against Cam Newton.
He wasn't. But he was definitely a presence.
Okay.
He definitely was a presence.
Yes, he was a presence, but don't act like he was out here beasting. He wasn't even making a big splash in that Super Bowl.
Like I said, Matthew Stafford and Anthony Davis, two players whose identity was changed by them winning the championship. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, that was your best take of the day. Yes, that is very, very true. Since he won a Super, and what is he supposed to do? Not win a Super Bowl. You don't want if the man didn't win a Super Bowl, you'd be like, oh.
I have no problem with him winning the Super Bowl. What I had a problem was y'all start putting him in the Hall of Fame. You start doing it. He's not a Hall of Fame.
I didn't put him in the Hall of Fame. I said that's one of the best runs. That was one of the best.
Negative.
He beat Tom Brady. They thought Tom Brady and them was going to beat him.
And that was old man Tom Brady with a bad old line.
Oh my! The fact of the matter is, y'all picked Tom Brady.
Is it better than Eli's run then?
Oh no, Eli.
Oh, okay, of course not. It's not better than Eli's run. It's not better than Eli's run.
No. Let's be for real. And I've said this before, and we could leave on this. Eli's run is top 5, and you could debate your mama, your auntie, your sister-in-law, baby.
But Eli ain't a Hall of Famer either.
He might make it though. He might make it. I'm not saying he should, but he might make it. But
he gonna make it because of that name. He gonna make it because of that name.
And y'all forget he didn't win. He didn't win 2 Super Bowls. Cool. But anywho, listen,
he won 2 Super Bowls. He beat the Patriots twice.
Exactly. And no one thought they was going to beat them. Did you think they were going to beat them? Don't think.
No.
It's a big no.
That's not true. That's true. I didn't think they was gonna win them, but
yes,
it's the
I
same.
know.
It's the same thing. What it is, it's the same thing. With I'll give you another example. Eli is defined by them 2 Super Bowls. Like Reggie Miller didn't have a Hall of Fame career. No one really considered Reggie Miller till he started having that beef with the New York Knicks. Then everybody jumped on the Reggie Miller bandwagon. Till then he wasn't. That's Eli. No one was on the Eli bandwagon till he beat Tom Brady. That doesn't mean he's a Hall of Famer. That means he's a Hall of
I'm not
Defense,
even going
Hall
to
of
touch on
Good.
I'm not going to touch on the Reggie Miller thing because you really.
Oh yeah, because that Reggie Miller thing we got to talk about. That's going to be something going to.
Again, you're making my kneecaps itch. I'm tired of it.
No, okay.
Okay. But yes, Eli was helped with the Okay, first off, I do want to say Reggie Miller was big with it because that's what New York does. We make great people. That's why Trey is great because he made, when you play big against us, you do great things. Mecca. But anywho, yes, Eli was helped by the defense. We all know this. But what great Super Bowl team wasn't helped a little bit by the defense? I'm just trying to say, y'all be acting like people not supposed to have a good defense. I'm just so confused. Why are y'all mad at that?
We're not. Why y'all mad about that? Good defense. Why y'all putting a quarterback in Hall of Fame and he ain't really do anything?
So we're not going to talk about and you talked about that great the one against what's his name, Manningham or something like I forgot.
Oh yeah, the throw to Mario Manningham, that was a great throw.
And those were monumental ones that won the Super Bowl.
Hold on, first of all, that throw to David Tyree was not a good throw. That was a lucky throw
I didn't
and a lucky
one.
catch.
I said Manning. I said Manning.
I thought you were talking about David Tyree. That was a lucky throw and a lucky catch.
Look, honey, listen. It is what it is, and guess what? It's still played on NFL Network every year and all types of classic NFL games. It sure is. So is Eli Hall of Fame without them defenses? No, I'm not going to act. First off, he's Hall of Fame because he won 2 Super Bowls. And you could talk about the defense all day, how the defense helped him. I'm not going to get mad about a defense helping out a quarterback. What do you want him to do? Win with bad defenses? Who wins with bad defenses? Please name them. Y'all have 5 seconds.
I mean, I could.
No, you couldn't.
I probably could.
Look, you had to think.
I probably could.
Look, you about to look it up. Go ahead, look up on your phone because there's no such thing as a super, especially in the NFL. Now, well, no, NBA, you sort of need a decent defense.
Well, the Rams. Hold on. The Rams. What about the greatest show on turf?
Oh.
It was okay. That was mainly the offense, though. Because
the offense scored so much that the defense was barely on.
Make the defense look good.
Okay. But they even said their defense wasn't even all that trash. Because the people weren't scoring on them like that either.
But there wasn't no top tier defense. It was a decent defense top tier that was helped by a great offense.
Okay, name the great players on that Eli defense. Since you act like they got 50, you act like Eli had 15 Hall of Famers on that defense.
Okay, I'll name the great players.
I know there's about 6.
The overrated Michael Strahan.
No, don't name him. Don't name
KGB.
No,
KGB.
You're not
Justin Tuck. Justin Tuck. What about Justin Tuck?
Yes, I love Justin Tuck. Okay, yes, he was good. But you like him? Is he overrated?
No, Justin Tuck was real good. That's what I'm saying. Okay, that's why the reason why Strahan is overrated, because he has someone like Justin Tuck on the other side.
Don't mention Michael Strahan then. He's not one of the people. No, this is you. You said Justin Tuck, so that's one.
You really mad that I said Michael Strahan overrated?
Yes, because you said no, don't try to make me look crazy. No, look. Because you said you wanted to name great players. You said Michael Strahan wasn't a great player. So Justin Tuck is your one. Next.
JPP.
Okay.
Good one.
You're over here cheating with him.
That's the second one.
That's the second one.
I mean, that's all you need. They had a great defensive line. They had a great defensive line that pressured Tom Brady. That's when you find out when you pressure Tom Brady, and then that's all I'm saying.
So you need to thank my Giants. Cool. Because that's really that was the recipe for finally.
That was a good team. And Eli Manning. Oh, yeah, that's another one. OC. Yeah, thank you, Luck Stockton. Look at that. OC, Tuck, JPP. You know what I'm saying?
No, that D-line was... I said he was overrated, so we're not mentioning him. So it's really overrated. 3. Okay, so that's just 3 of them.
But hold on. Overrated doesn't mean he was trash. Oh, he just wasn't the greatest of all time. But he was a good DN. He was a good DN. But y'all like trying like Michael Strahan and Reggie White. Is Michael Strahan and Reggie White? Absolutely
no,
not.
See, look.
Is he Bruce Smith?
You over here stating obvious.
Absolutely not.
You over here stating obvious. Is Brandon Roy better than Michael Jordan? This is the type of stuff you're saying right now. Duh, of course.
That's
I
how y'all
favored
putting
him.
straight hand. That's
He
how
was
y'all putting them.
good. He was good. Ugh.
Anyway, let's lie. All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up just a little bit. So we only got 15 minutes left.
I
So
think
wrap
it's a
it up a little bit.
game.
We're gonna do the MVP, which I think is gonna be real close. So MVP out of Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson. Who you got?
Now I know they have Joe Burrow coming up in the rankings, and he has every right. Um, I'm gonna go with Patty just because Jalen Hurts hasn't played the last couple games. But I really wish he would win. But I honestly I know how they roll. If you don't play the full season, they're not going to give it to you, even if your record is better. But that's really all that's better. Really, Patty has made some monumental like his stats are better. Probably I think it's up there with his MVP year, if not better. So I believe they're going to give it to him. And he's still a number one seed. So
Like I said, I think Jalen Hurts was going to win until he injured his shoulder.
that's what I was saying.
Now with that being said, honestly, I beginning because Mahomes, like I told people, Mahomes is kind of running to that what they call the Michael Jordan effect, which is you're so good that your extraordinary stats look regular to everyone because they're so used to it. And I think that's why people wanted to cheer for Jalen Holmes and want Jalen Hurts to have him win the MVP. A lot of people like that's a perfect point. A lot of people thought that he was going to be lost without Tyreek, and he didn't fall off. So
and I said that earlier
that.
too, because that shocked me, kinda, because I know Patty makes everyone look good, but I just wanted to point that out. Like,
but I'll say this about if you was to truly go, who was the most valuable to their team? It looked like it's Jalen Hurts. Like
because they lost.
Philly, when Jalen Hurts got hurt, Philly started looking lost. And I didn't think Gardner Minshew was a bad QB, but they did really look like they were missing something without Jalen Hurts. Pat Mahomes is going to win it, but I want to give this special hot shout out to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is absolutely balled this year. I think the games without him prove that he's just not just a system quarterback, because if he was, you just plug him in. Kind of like how San Francisco is, plug a quarterback in and they win. They didn't do that. They struggled. They looked it kind of bad. Even defense looked it kind of off a little bit without Jalen Hurts because that leadership that he has. Jalen, just from his story, just from being in Alabama, being benched on the championship game, sitting out that year, helped Alabama get to that second championship. People forget Tua was playing terrible against Georgia in the SEC championship. Jalen Hurts came in and won that for them. Went to Oklahoma, did good, and now boom. So, I mean, that is true too. If you take Pat off, they're probably 500. I don't know, because here, let me say something. Andy Reid was winning with Alex Smith. He had Alex Smith at QB before Pat Mahomes, and he won with him. Andy Reid is kind of tough to tell because, yes, Mahomes is talented, generational talented. Some people call him like Jordan. But let's not sleep on Andy Reid's offense and his offensive genius. As much as we talk about Shanahan, Andy Reid is the original Shanahan, I guess you could say. You plug a quarterback in the Andy Reid system, you guaranteed to succeed. From Brett Favre to Donovan McNabb to Michael Vick to Kevin Carr to Andy Smith to now Patrick Mahomes. Like, it doesn't matter who's the QB. Andy Reid is going to make sure that QB is good. So that's what it's kind of tough to tell if you take Pat Mahomes off Kansas City, would they be under 500? Because I don't know. I trust Reid because Reid is a Hall of Fame coach, and Reid has a track record of developing quarterbacks.
Agreed. No argument here.
No, I don't know. But I think Pat Mahomes is going to win MVP because of his numbers.
His numbers are off the chain.
If Jalen wouldn't have got hurt and finished out the year the same way he started, he would have won. But Pat Mahomes get it. Also, I think Justin Jefferson actually, if we want to talk about the most valuable player to the team, it's probably Justin Jefferson because Lord knows if Kirk Cousins didn't have Justin Jefferson, I don't have no idea what the Vikings was going to do. So, but with that being said, we got our last segment, which will be Facts or Nah. So, Jess, you got a couple of facts or nah for us?
I actually do. So, because this one came up, it's not hard, but I just wanted to point it out. Is it facts or nah? Burrow will end up having a better career than Josh Allen.
Ooh.
It's a good one, huh?
That's a good one.
I think I did good on
So
that. But
I'm gonna
nah, that was really hard.
go. I'm
Everyone's telling
gonna
me
go.
Burrow. Everyone's telling me facts, but I'm kind of up in the air. So,
It's this. This is what I'm gonna say. It's hard to tell.
hmm
I'm gonna go Jack. I'm gonna go Nah because I think skill wise, Josh Allen's skills is better because Josh Allen definitely got a
arm.
stronger arm. He can run. He's big. He's strong.
I
I
just
mean,
think
he makes stupid
clutch.
mistakes, but I mean, skill wise, he is. Joe Burrow just got that it
It.
factor. Like
Yeah, that
he
it.
just got that it factor. Like he's just so cool. He's cool in the pocket. Like he's doing real good. I think they will definitely be the top 5 quarterbacks for the next 10 years
Facts.
between him. I mean, as I say, there's a quarterback like there's not that many good quarterbacks. There's a lot of good elite quarterbacks between, like I
Uh-huh.
said, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Burrow,
Patrick.
Herbert, Lamar.
Yeah.
Like there are
Trevor
Jalen Hurts.
Lawrence.
Jalen Hurts can get up there. Trevor Lawrence is getting up there. Justin Fields possibly. I don't know. There's a
He
lot
has
of talk about
potential.
he has potential. Stuff like that. But it's definitely going to be Joe Burrow, Pat Mahomes, and Josh Allen's world for the next 3 years. That's the new Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady. Them 3 years. So
Okay.
that's a tough one. But I'm gonna go nah, and I'm gonna say Josh Allen will probably end up being the second best quarterback behind Pat Mahomes. I don't think neither one of them is gonna catch Pat Mahomes. But what you think?
Nah, it's his league, and it's people gonna win here and there because I don't think no one's gonna be touching Brady's
Mm-hmm.
7 Super Bowls for a very long time. It's gonna be very hard. If Patty
Yeah.
gets, I think I'm gonna make my prediction. I think Patty will win about 4 Super Bowls, but that's it. I think that's all he will win, and they're not gonna be back to back. I think he's gonna win another one. Then another few years he win another one, and then he may win one more, like something like that. And I think Burrow and Josh Allen will win. A couple. I actually think they win a couple each. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
shocked if none of them win any. They at least got to win one. I see them at least winning one before their careers are over, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. I can do that.
And yeah, so they're gonna have great careers, but yeah, that one's a really tough question. I actually don't have a facts, or I can't even say facts or nah, because I was really up in the air. I just, but I wanted to ask you though to see what you thought. So yeah.
Nah, that was a tough question.
And then I have a basketball one. I know it's
Okay.
all football, but let's have a basketball one. Does Charles Barkley, would you choose if you were to have to choose today? Who do you, well, no, not choose today. Who do you think still, I know Karl Malone has the most stats, the better stats,
Mm-hmm.
but is facts or nah? Did Charles Barkley actually have a better career overall than Karl Malone?
I'll say that this is tough for me because if people
See,
know
it's
me,
another tough one. Good job, Jay.
well, this is why I'm gonna say it's tough for me. If people,
But to me, it's a little tough.
Who know me is I can't stand Karl Malone. Like,
I know he get on everyone's nerves, but we're gonna let that go.
But if I bypass all the bad stuff Karl Malone is,
So you say nah.
That's a nah. Karl Malone
is a beast.
I mean, I got Karl Malone as the second best power forward behind Tim Duncan. Now that's a little questionable because some people put Tim Duncan at center. I personally put Tim Duncan at power forward.
No, we all say he's a power forward.
But no, I've seen some people say Tim Duncan was a center, and I disagree with that. I think he was more of a power forward. But Malone, I mean, honestly, Malone would have probably won a championship if it wasn't MJ in his way. Malone did have a better team, which Craig Stevens just pointed out, because he had Stockton, he had Hornacek.
Yeah.
I mean, Byron Russell wasn't no. Well, hold on.
Was that '93 team better than?
I can't even say that. I can't even say because Barkley played with Moses Malone. He did.
He was
Moses
young,
Malone
though.
had to get him back in shape, but he was old. But
we talking about Prime Chuck.
The '93 team compared to the Utah team,
like the '97 is the '93 team better than the '97 Utah?
The '93 Suns team, that was Barkley, Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson, Eddie Johnson. Who else was on? Was Tom Chambers on there?
Yeah, he was on there.
Tom Chambers was on there. Trying to think of anybody else recognized.
Because I'm not going to hold you. I actually think it's the facts. I think Charles Barkley had like the bigger picture. not by stats. If you're going by stats, it's obviously Malone. But
Yeah.
with everything put together, I actually think Charles actually had a better career and how he led his team to the final. He went against Jordan, but technically he was the best player on his team. I know Carl was called the best player on his team, right? But he did have Stockton. No,
he did have Stockton, but Stockton was definitely number 2. And Malone was definitely
but I'm
number
saying
1.
Charles Barkley was wholeheartedly the best player. He was the one, and I know he had what's his name? Calvin. Is Kenny? No, not Kenny Johnson. KJ.
Kenny Smith.
KJ.
Oh, but KJ.
No,
Kevin
he had KJ. But I mean,
yeah.
was he on the level of how there's Stockton Malone? Like people be like Stockton Malone. No, Charles Barkley don't have that person. He never.
Don't get into it. Hold on. First of all, Kevin Johnson is criminally underrated.
No,
let me say that.
But is he on Stockton level?
But he ain't not at Stockton level. But I'll say this. But should we give more credit to Malone for making it to the championship 3 times? And Barkley only did it 1 time. And should we put the Houston disaster on Barkley also? If you remember the famous Houston disaster when he went with Barkley and Scottie Pippen, and he said the famous joke talking about, I didn't know, he said, I was happy we got Scottie Pippen until I realized he didn't bring Michael Jordan because Scottie Pippen was kind of washed by then. But that failed. That did fail. Karl Malone got the 2 finals with Utah, got closer because I think Chuck them won 1, I think, against MJ. Where Karl got 2.
No, they got it to 6. They got.
They did get to 6. They did get to 6.
They beat them in Chicago. I remember because they thought it was over. Like remember in the Last Dance.
So let me ask you this: then, if you put Chuck over Karl Malone,
I'm talking about his career.
That's what I'm saying. So what is your top 5 power forwards then?
Ooh, you trying to be saucy right now? Okay,
I mean, we got 5 more minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Timmy. Timmy. This is harder than I thought because I just asked about those 2. Now I want to put Karl Malone, but I low key want to put. See, these are my favorite. Right? When you say that who's your top 5, it's really who you like the most, low key. So I'm gonna go with Timmy, and then I'm gonna go with Charles, and then I'm gonna go with. I slick want to go with Dirk.
So let me hit you something. Let me hit you with something.
No, Carl. No, sorry, Carl.
If you're gonna put Charles at number 2, because of hold on, let me ask you something. If you're gonna put Charles at number 2 with his resume, right?
No.
Hold on. Wouldn't you technically think Giannis's resume is better than Charles Barkley's right now?
It is.
So then how can you put Charles Barkley number 2 then?
Oh, so I'm supposed to be. I'm sorry, I didn't think about Giannis.
I mean, I didn't. No. Let me say like this. Hold on. Let me say this. Giannis ain't in my top 5. Not yet. I got him.
We gotta wait till his career's over, though.
I mean, but if you think about it right now, I mean, Giannis has done won 2 MVPs. He done won a championship and a Finals MVP. He won a Defensive Player of the Year. He's already got more accolades than Charles Barkley already. Charles Barkley only won 1 MVP. He's never won a championship. He's never won a Finals MVP.
That's not looking at their games, though.
You can say the same thing about Karl Malone too, because Karl Malone got 1 MVP and he never won a championship. So again, if you're gonna put Charles 2, see, mine go like this: Tim Duncan. I go Tim Duncan, Karl Malone,
I gotta wait
Dirk.
Till his career's over.
I go Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Dirk, KG. Charles Barkley, Giannis at 6.
Okay, and that's because Giannis' career isn't over yet.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's going to get higher.
Yeah, and I think Giannis will eventually. I think Giannis, the highest Giannis can get to is 2. I don't think he can catch Tim Duncan unless he just goes absolutely 8-ish in the next 10 years.
Is he more? You can say he's more dominant than Timmy.
No, I cannot say that.
People say he's as dominant as Shaq.
Because
that's what they say.
I cannot say that. People are high. They need to stop smoking that dope. That's all I can say. Y'all crazy.
That's what
we got say. All this thing with YouTube and the internet. Y'all out here disrespecting Tim Duncan. Go look up Tim Duncan highlights, please.
We know about Timmy.
Please go look up Tim Duncan's highlights.
We know about
Stop playing with Tim Duncan, please. Stop playing with him. I can't wait till our Kobe episode tomorrow. So you know what? We're going to wrap up these last 2 minutes with this. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have our boy Mo Cheeks.
Yeah.
Mo Cheeks will be
not
here.
Not Mo Cheeks that played with Charles. I just want to let that.
No.
Okay, cool.
Mo Cheeks will be here. to debate and tell me why he thinks Kobe is not top 10.
No, is top 10. Well, he's debating.
Oh yeah, that he is top 10. I'm about to let him know he's wrong, but that's okay. But I also want to say, if you want to join in the discussion, we'll be live. We see your comments on YouTube. So if you can join our YouTube channel, if you want to put the comments, tell me how much I'm wrong, question all that, blah, blah, blah. Tell me how much y'all love Kobe Bryant. Look, man,
it's not about how we love him. It's just factual. But let me just say this. This will not be the only time y'all get to debate William and let him know he's dumb or sound crazy. We're going to have some more people who love Kobe. I believe we have my boy CJ. I have my... who's like a brother to me, Carlos. He told me, I didn't tell you yet, but he was like, yeah, he would love to be on an episode. So we'll have another few segments. So if you ever wanted to join and be like, yo, bring me on here so I can let William know. Cool. Because honey, he's waiting. You know, he go by analytics all the time. Sometimes you just gotta. Sometimes you just comment.
It ain't analyticals. All y'all done forgot. All y'all done forgot. I remember. I was born in 85. I'm saying before it starts you wrong, Will. Look, man, I'm glad to prove all y'all wrong because all y'all forgot. Look, man, ain't no disrespect to Kobe. He's an all-time great. He's just number 12. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being. He's the 12th greatest player of all time. Why would you be mad about that? I would love to be the 12th greatest player of all time. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true. But he's not. He's in the top 10. And for some people, he's in the top 5. So you can be mad all you want to.
Need to take off the Kobe shoes and
those are some great shoes, by the way. I want the GGs.
Whatever. And we will see y'all there. So thank y'all for joining at the buzzer. Like I said, we'll see you live at 6 p.m. Eastern for the special Kobe episode on Friday. If not, we always here every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. We're on iHeart, Spotify.
He do have Will and Bill on there, Craig. He do. I just want to point that out. He does have Bill and okay. Go ahead, Will.
Anyway, Google, iHeart, Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. You can check us out on the podcast. Definitely check us on the YouTube channel, man. We appreciate the comments, the shares, the likes, and the love. We definitely appreciate it. We get 100 viewers coming up, so, man, we definitely appreciate the love for all y'all checking us out.
Thank you so much.
And, now we hit 100. Let's go for 200, and hopefully by the end of the year we can hit 1,000. So, but we appreciate y'all. So, Jess, you're always wrong. Just letting you know.
Whatever.
And I'm King Will, and we will see y'all again tomorrow.
He said it was 8 teams. Okay, bye.
Oh, Craig Stevenson, come on the show tomorrow so I can debate you wrong, too. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later.